my preparation strategy, I used to discuss with Prince also. Prince was also interested in that. So we used to get questions from here and there. We used to prepare on our own. कहीं से material मिल गया. So we used to prepare ML and AI के questions and all the stuff. And we were prepared well for that. it was just that we didn't get an opportunity to show our skills.
Hey everyone, so today we have a very special guest. He's a very good friend of mine. He did his MTech from IIT Bombay in Computer Science and Engineering. Current, he is a AI researcher in American Express. Before that, he was a data engineer in NTT Data. Hey Sanyam, how are you?
Hi Prince. I'm good. How are you?
I'm also good. और बताओ जिंदगी कैसी चल रही है?
सही चल रही है. Everything is going well. जैसा चाहिए था वैसे अब आ चुके हैं वैसे. And need to grow more.
Yeah. Aspirations. Good. I like that. Good. So the idea is, first of all, thank you for doing this thing, so that the overall idea is through your experience, many of the students, aspiring data scientists, AI researchers will get to know more and they'll learn so that they get a right track. Okay. So
thank you for this opportunity.
From you guys pleasure is all ours. Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll ask you very simple questions. You just explain it through your journey, your experience. That's all we need, so that it will help benefit all the students that is watching this video. Okay. Sure. Okay. So we'll get started with one of my favorite questions of this era. Like, this is the favorite question, and the question is, why AI job? Come on, batao. Kyun?
So, मेरी journey with AI ML it started in IIT Bombay. So before that, during my graduation, I used to, मतलब उस time पे AI and ML was not that boom and something like that. So it was just budding up. So उस समय I knew it and it was quite fascinating. But BTech में I was not that kind of serious. So मेरी जर्नी IIT बॉम्बे में स्टार्ट हुई ड्यूरिंग माय एमटेक. took few courses in ML, and then out of my branch also I took few courses in deep learning. अपने branch में there is a good professor in NLP, Professor Pushpak Bhattacharya. The ML course, Foundation ML course from Sunitha Sarawagi. So I did those courses, and then I found out that okay, this is something that is fascinating to me, and this is something that is interesting to me. So also IIT Bombay में पढ़ाने का तरीका, you might also know कि it's quite interesting, where we get assignments and all those stuffs. So I used to have other subjects also. This subject also I used to have assignments from this subject, other subjects. But interest इसके assignment में आता था. We used to do the assignments together. You also know it. We used to discuss, and it was quite fascinating. So वहाँ से एक interest start हुआ. And then I was like, I have to get into this somehow. Placements में it didn't work out very well for AI. And you know the situation that was there during our times for the placement, the first online placements in IIT Bombay. So वो situation थोड़ी इधर उधर हो गई. And then obviously I joined NTT. And there I worked. I tried to well in NTT. I talked to my seniors and tried getting into one of the teams which could handle AI or ML, anything like that. But coincidentally, luckily, unluckily, whatever, I didn't get anything there. So I did some data engineering job there. And I continued with data engineering, thinking that, okay, this might also work for me whenever I switch into AI. So basically, that was my motivation for doing data engineering, where I used to handle big data and graphical data. So that was also a good learning experience. And then, yeah, I always had that in mind that मुझे जाना है AI के job में. Then I started preparing and then made a switch to AMEX right now.
Data engineer से data scientist to researcher. मतलब it's a big jump, Swayam.
So data scientist सोचा था, yeah, but this AI researcher का opportunity came up, and then I thought that I'll take it up. This is also a good thing.
I think like I asked one question, you touched all the bases. So we'll break it down into step by step, ताकि like students are more comfortable in knowing like कि ये इस part में ये किया इन्होंने, इस part में आपने ये prepare किया. Okay. So we'll talk about first the courses. ठीक है, because I think जहाँ वहीं से I think you built interest doing all practical thing and all. So just tell us कि what all courses did you take and how was your experience, the teaching experience, the research experience, briefly.
Sure. So आईटी बॉम्बे में पहला कोर्स तो फाउंडेशन ऑफ मशीन लर्निंग. आई थिंक पूरी क्लास भरी हुई रहती थी, एवरीवन वाज लाइक इंटरेस्टेड इन दैट कोर्स. बट पहला जो टेस्ट हुआ उसके बाद सबकी हवा थोड़ी टाइट हो गई थी. तो वो पहला कोर्स था फाउंडेशन ऑफ मशीन लर्निंग बाय सुनीता सारावागी. एंड शी वाज क्वाइट गुड इन हर course curriculum and whatever she had to cover in the whole syllabus. But yeah, that was like हम कहीं से कहीं पहुंचे थे, तो it was like very new for everyone. I think many people grabbed it very well. I couldn't grab it that well, but I was like more overall comfortable in that sense. So all of it was very good. So foundation of machine learning, जो foundation बनाना था वो foundation मेरी बन गई थी. So that was good. And then I went on to take another course in the next semester, which was not from computer science branch. It was from IEOR, which was the deep learning course. So that after ML, I took that deep learning course. I had heard that it is a quite a good course and the instructor is quite good. So Bala Krishnan, if I remember, was the name of the instructor. So that covered the basics of deep learning. So now machine learning was done, the basics. Deep learning was also done with the basics. It was done, but for me, I had to put in some of my efforts that was required. And then I went on to do an advanced course, which was deep learning for NLP. So there, I think I learned the most because जो पहले दो courses थे वो उसमें foundation बना थोड़ा थोड़ा, and I was new to it. I was new to ML, then I was new to DL, and then जब दोनों की थोड़ी understanding आ गई तो फिर I went on to do that deep learning with NLP from Pushpak Bhattacharya. So there I built that interest, and NLP में एक interest आया वहाँ से. So that was like the course where I had learned the most. The assignments were quite good. It took step by step, and वो एक understanding बन गई कि NLP और deep learning को कैसे approach करना है. So वहाँ पर मैंने सबसे ज़्यादा सीखा, वहाँ पर मैंने सबसे ज़्यादा काम भी किया on assignments. So I learned सबसे ज़्यादा वहीं पे. So that was the course, I think, that helped me very much in like knowing कि I have to go there.
Awesome. तो वहाँ से basically बॉम्बे जाने के बाद courses लेने के बाद interest develop हुआ, then you said कि हाँ यार, this is the field you really want to be in, then it helped, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was fascinated by this thing, but क्योंकि इससे पहले कुछ ऐसे resources या फिर कुछ मैंने कुछ से ऐसे करा नहीं था, तो मुझे ऐसा कुछ खास पता नहीं था कि मेरा interest है नहीं. But when I continue taking the courses, तो धीरे धीरे I got to know कि हाँ, this is one of my interests that I can pursue.
Awesome. तो basics वगैरह you understood, सब कुछ हो गया. Placements में things, I know IT Bombay में there is a very weird rule कि once you get placed, you cannot sit in another company. So I think things didn't go that well there. Instead of a data science, you got a data engineer job. Just थोड़ा वो भी बता दो बच्चों को कि हर चीज आपके according नहीं होती है. Throw some light.
Yeah. So for me, I was quite stringent कि मुझे ML में ही जाना है. I didn't want to take up software engineering jobs. शायद अगर मैं software engineering job के बारे में सोच लेता तो I would have been मतलब थोड़ा ऐसे कंपनी में प्लेस हो जाता, but as a software engineer and maybe I would have continued there. So मैंने बहुत I had applied to many companies for software engineering, but I was not that serious, and my concepts in software engineering were not that good comparatively to ML and data science. So जैसा मैंने सोचा था, तो what there were many people like me who wanted to get into ML, right? So, and out of them, like 95% didn't get into ML. So, जितने भी चाहते थे, उसमें से किसी को ही नहीं मिला. I think including you. So, it was like it is always there in placements. It's uncertain, and the pressure is so much that whatever you get, you have to take it up. You can't just leave it there. कि नहीं, I won't take this. I'll take the another one. So ये तो है कि सबको चाहिए था कि ML and AI में जाएं. There were a lot of people who were quite good and wanted to get into ML and AI, but only a few, 2 or 3 people could get into the specific ML roles. Also उस समय कोविड के बाद का फर्स्ट सीजन था, तो things didn't turn out that well also. So there were not many ML jobs that were coming into our campus. So ये तो है कि situations might change for everyone and anyone. And whatever you think you might want, you might not get at that point of time, but yeah, you need to keep working for that. I think he is also an example. He's sitting in front of you. So he placements. He also.
है ना, याद है? He was a ठीक है, you know.
Yeah, I was the placement coordinator. I was seeing that I'm not going to get where I want to be, but yeah, then again things turned out however it was.
Yeah, I mean that's good, but like we stuck to our field, like हमें वहीं जाना था. We were not that serious. We stick to that, and like हमारा preparation भी वैसे ही था ना, संयम. Like we wanted to. So if you remember our preparation strategy, we were like कि ठीक है code करेंगे, but we want to focus on the basics of ML. Maths करनी है, concepts देखने हैं ना. Okay, so you got placed. हाँ, go on.
Yeah. So that was it. Like I also knew कि मेरा strong point is like comparatively. I'm not saying I was very strong in ML and AI, as I told you guys. तो 2 साल में कोई बहुत तोप नहीं हो जाता है. So as compared to my DS or my object-oriented programming skills, or just
DS को expand करो please. DS को expand करो. लोग confused हो जाएंगे. Versus data science.
Data structures and algorithms, and object-oriented programming, or you can say basically software engineering concepts. उससे relatively I was stronger in ML and AI. So my preparation strategy I used to discuss with Prince also. Prince was also interested in that. So we used to get questions from here and there. We used to prepare on our own. कहीं से material मिल गया. So we used to prepare ML and AI के questions and all those stuff. And we were prepared well for that. It was just that we didn't get an opportunity to show our skills. So we were prepared well for that, and yeah, but whatever it was. So we got into different companies. I think he also had a good stint wherever he was placed. I also had a good stint, but always in our mind we knew where we had to go. So that was it.
So you went to NTT, you started data engineering job, very closely related to data science job. So
right.
The basic question that comes to like, अगर मैं एक बिल्कुल naive background से मुझे ज़्यादा idea नहीं पता है, तो can you just briefly tell कि data science और data engineering job में difference क्या होगा? Like what you did and you are doing. So you have experienced both, right? So
right.
बच्चों को बता दो.
So the basic difference that I would say is in a pipeline of using data, the data engineers come first, then come the data scientists. So data engineers, what they do is you have a lot of unstructured data coming from various sources, right? So आपके पास database है, this है, that है, बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, streaming data है, batch data है, you have a lot of graphical data, or like you can say unstructured data. So the data engineers का काम है कि that data जो सारा data है हमारे ऐप से आ रहा है, हमारी वेबसाइट से आ रहा है, whatever it is, उसको channelize करना है, create a pipeline and create a structured form, or whatever the form that a data scientists need, or if not, whatever the form that our app or our website would need to produce the result that we want to. So basically we have multiple sources of data. We get that. create a pipeline, we store it into our database, any kind of a database. So you can take AWS S3, you can take MongoDB or whatever. So whatever the database that your enterprise or organization is using, वो पूरा data को you have to create a pipeline. अब उसमें ही there are ways you can make it more efficient, and that is the job of a data engineer. So basically आपको वो data कितने fastly आप लेके आ सकते हो, because as we all know इस generation में data is getting generated बहुत तेजी से on every website or any application you can say. So उसको optimize करना is the main thing that data engineers do, and then comes the role of the data scientists who use that data which has been collected by the data engineers following a pipeline. So then data scientists, they use their techniques, ML techniques, analysis techniques, and all those. They do exploration data analysis and everything. So वो सारी टेक्निक्स वो यूज करते हैं, एमएल की टेक्निक यूज करते हैं, डीएल की टेक्निक यूज करते हैं, एंड देन दे कम टू अ रिजल्ट व्हिच इज बीइंग प्रोड्यूस्ड फाइनली. So it's this way that the data comes, data engineers do their job, give it to data scientists do their job, and produce the final result.
I mean, this is a very good and crisp difference that you told us, right? And I hope this will, like, students and who are viewers watching this, I hope चीजें क्लियर हो गई होंगी कि डेटा इंजीनियर का काम क्या है और डेटा साइंटिस्ट वो कहाँ पे फिट होते हैं पाइपलाइन में. बट इट्स अ गुड थिंग ना Sanyam, like the job that you were actually doing was very closely related or coupled to like what you had in your mind, data science के job में. So you know the data preparation strategy कि कहाँ से डेटा आ रहा है, and that actually helped, right? अभी you can actually hear it.
Yeah. So it helps in a sense कि okay, now in my job currently I don't need to do any kind of data engineering job right now. So but supposedly if there are data sources and I have to somehow create a pipeline, I have a basic idea, though I just had a 1-year stint in NTT. So that doesn't like make me a professional or something like that, but I have some idea कि okay, this can be used, these are the tools that can be used, and this can help us in this way, and for graphical data we can use such tools, and for normal data we can use such tools. Those ideas I have that can work in this way. So as I told पहले भी कि I took up data engineering job, and when I was given that project, so I was like okay, this might also help me in some way going forward because everything is related to data. So I thought that okay, if I'm going a step further, if I'm going to data science, somehow or the other this might help. Okay, right now it's not helping, but in the future or anywhere,
but
so you never know.
So the picture is there in the mind ना कि क्या करना है, कैसे चीजें आ रही हैं. Even though you are consuming that form of data, but you know कि पीछे का पूरा गेम क्या चल रहा है ना.
Right.
Yeah. डेटा की जॉब तो मस्त चल रही थी. फिर सही बताओ इंटरव्यू मिला कैसे? जनता को बताओ इंटरव्यू कैसे मिल रहे हैं लोगों को.
So I think बीच में एक पीरियड आया था, तब अचानक से there was a boom in jobs. I think people might be aware. So उस समय I was late. I think I wasn't prepared, I guess. So I didn't do it at that time, but after that certain time of a boom, and then it went down slowly. So I started preparing, and I started like becoming serious for a switch during that time when it was going down. So there were not many interview calls that I got. Also I don't know, considering our year of experience, and I think people who see ki experience kitna hai, so for an ML job, for an AI job, they want to have ML and AI specific experience, right? So in our experience from IIT Bombay, like the project that we did from IIT Bombay was given a weightage, but people always like anyone would prefer ki industry mein experience hona chahiye. So that was also becoming a challenge. Jab I was applying and I was not getting interview calls or anything like that, or I used to get a call, I used to tell my expectations, and वो सारा एक challenge हो रहा था because people who are giving more salary would want ki okay, he should have certain amount of specific experience in ML and AI, but I didn't have that because obviously I was doing some other job. So then all in all, suddenly एक दो jobs I job के calls आए. I was like, okay. I also lowered bit of my expectations. Then because I was not driven by money for this time.
एक
ठीक
मिनट,
है.
AI रिसर्चर, लोअर द एक्सपेक्टेशन, जो आप बोल रहे हो क्या वो आपके कानों में जा रहा है?
नहीं. So the expectation is I will specifically say money wise.
I see.
So
Okay.
तो I'll say कि पहले मेरे एक्सपेक्टेशन बहुत ज्यादा थे. I thought कि I am very much prepared. So मेरे एक्सपेक्टेशन बहुत ही ज्यादा थे. But then I lowered because I got to know जब मुझे कुछ calls आते थे and then I used to say कि I am expecting this and this and I used to get feedback कि आपके पास experience नहीं है and such stuff. तो मुझे लगा कि नहीं, थोड़ा सा कम करना चाहिए, सच में एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है. जो हमने काम किया है वो तो ठीक है, बट आई थिंक दैट वोंट बी रिवॉर्डेड मच. तो आई लोअर्ड इन टर्म्स ऑफ monetary benefits, I'm saying. So that expectation I lowered. And then I got few interviews calls, and after that I think we'll share the interview experiences. But yeah, so ये है कि आपको calls तो आएंगे. You have to have certain skills जिससे आप HR को मना पाओ कि आपका वो interview schedule करें at least. Because getting a call and getting into the interview, इसमें भी बहुत difference आ जाता है. So if you directly say कि आपको एक call आया from the HR that okay, this is the position that is open and what are your expectations? Are you looking for a job? So you'll say, yeah, I'm looking for a job and this is my expectation, so and so. But that doesn't convert into an interview call. It's not necessary that will convert into an interview call. So it had happened to me in various cases कि I got calls from good companies and then I told my expectations. But then you have to have those skills which we won't cover in here because that's not the scope of this video. But there are skills I think you will get to know धीरे धीरे which you need to tip in when you have to have an interview call. So those things I also consulted my seniors basically कि कैसे, how should I speak, how should I say, what should I say, ऐसे ऐसे हो रहा है. So they advised me कि okay, you should use this language or you should say this for certain questions. Then I applied those and then I landed those interviews. So yeah, है कुछ complications हैं interview land करने में भी.
Actually, the situation is very funny, Sanyam. Like I can totally relate. हमें AI/ML फील्ड में घुसना है, ठीक है? They want us to have experience, then only they'll take us. And हमें घुसना है ताकि हम एक्सपीरियंस गेन करें. तो ये अलग ही लूप चल रहा है. क्या चल रहा है?
This is a cycle. Yeah. तो and also like somewhere or the other, whatever the package that we were on, we won't reduce that. So I wanted a high, but then धीरे धीरे I was like कि यार लग रहा है अब जिस पे हूँ एटलीस्ट उस पे ही जाना पड़ेगा वापस. तो that was also okay for me, but yeah, as I told कि मेरे expectations पहले बहुत ज्यादा थे. Also, it might be because कि मैं देख रहा था that job market where उस समय it was like a boom and
correct.
So that happens कभी कभी, but वो फिर धीरे धीरे I got to a normal state and I changed my things, I changed my expectations, and then I landed those in.
I think I remember our conversation जहाँ पे we wanted, like we were having this discussion ना कि यार अभी let's look at the future, कि हम इस फील्ड में घुसना है ताकि फ्यूचर अच्छा सिक्योर हो जाए. मॉनेटरी कंपनसेशन एंड ऑल, कम ऑन यार, आईटी बॉम्बे सीएससी ग्रेजुएट तो पैसा तो कभी भी आ सकता है, कितना भी आ सकता है ना.
So yeah, that was there. So it was just कि जितने पे हमें उससे कम में नहीं जाएंगे. जितने पे है उतने भी मिल जाए तो we will go. तो धीरे धीरे वो हो गया एंड देन वही HR के साथ थोड़ी बातें उल्टी फुल्टी एंड देन इंटरव्यूज आ गए. सो इंटरव्यूज का वही है कि लिंक्डइन एंड
नौकरी.com है ना, चलेगा. लेट्स नॉट नेम any websites here, but yeah,
we can cut if you want.
चलेगा नहीं. These are two popular sources, हमें किसी का एडवर्टाइजमेंट नहीं कर रहे.
Right.
So we'll talk about the preparation strategy. Okay, how you prepared, what you prepared. But before that, let's do one thing. Let's do the rounds first, so that people, students, the viewers will get to know कि ये rounds थे. How you answered them. Then after that, I'll ask कि अच्छा आपने prepare कैसे किया. चलेगा? Cool with that?
Right.
Okay. Cool. तो हम AMEX interview की बात करेंगे. AI researcher. It's a different job. हम job file researcher. People get to know. तो अगर if you can spend a couple of minutes की AI researcher versus a data scientist job, क्योंकि हमने data science versus data engineer को कर लिया है. अब AI researcher versus data scientist की job, if you can tell a bit difference.
So it basically changes in every other organization, but I'll say a generic thing which I understand of it. So जैसे AI researcher, what they do mainly is they get a problem. So the problem might be from the data scientists also, or it might be from the business teams, any of the business teams that is around them. So what they do is they identify some problems here and there, and then they come up to the researchers and they say, okay, this is the problem that we have. How do you think we can solve this? So this is the thing that comes to AI researchers as requirement. So वो requirement को then AI researchers, what they do is they see the whole problem and then they try to research on it. So they try to find actual literature or something like that, whatever exists in the world on that thing, and what innovation that they can do for their particular use case. So it's not that कि अगर कोई literature exist कर रहा है तो आप उसको directly implement कर दो and that would work for you. So their innovation comes into picture कि research, as we say, कि we see a solution and we think कि okay, ठीक है, we can do this, but then you have to put your own innovation for your specific business use case, right? So this is, and then what researchers do generally is they create a POC. So वो मॉडल बनाएंगे एंड देन उसका POC क्रिएट करेंगे.
POC को एक्सप्लेन करो.
POC इज प्रूफ ऑफ कॉन्सेप्ट. प्रूफ ऑफ कॉन्सेप्ट इज बेसिकली जस्ट अ प्रोटोटाइप कि ये डेटा आ रहा है, ये मॉडल रन होगा एंड रिजल्ट्स ऐसे प्रोड्यूस होंगे. सो ओवरऑल प्रोडक्ट बनाने में, फाइनल प्रोडक्ट बनाने में, डिप्लॉयमेंट में रिसर्चर्स का कोई रोल नहीं है. रिसर्चर्स रिसर्च करते हैं, प्रोटोटाइप बनाते हैं एंड देन दे डिलीवर इट to the technical team to take care ahead. Now what data scientists do, उनके पास data है, उनके पास कुछ specific models हैं, right? Their job is basically to fit the model in the best way possible. ठीक है? So where researchers try to find out the best solution, data scientists obviously उसमें भी research involved है, but their main aim goes into business thing, like business revenue and those stuff. So they're directly connected to business revenue. उनको directly data आ रहा है, they have to put the model, they have to get the results as soon as possible. So research में है innovation and a new solution, and data scientists what they do is they can use the solution provided by the researchers also. They use those solutions to build a better business and revenue for the organization. So this is the basic difference, and यही होता है. And then researchers are then, in some organizations they are required to publish papers and all those stuff.
Patents है ना, ये सब करते रहता है. Correct.
Yeah. तो वो हो गया तो ठीक है, नहीं हुआ तो भी ठीक ही है. But yeah, so it all starts with a basic business requirement that can come up from the front कि हमारे पास ये problem है, or maybe the research team identifies a problem on its own. So yeah.
Good. This is a clear cut, again, good difference. Sanyam, thanks. I think viewers को बहुत ज़्यादा मदद होने वाले इस वीडियो से. Seriously, these are very basic things to actually, it creates a lot of, even like when we started हमारे पास एक clarity नहीं थी, right? But now since we are into it, we know it. है ना?
Yeah. जो questions मुझे नहीं आते थे, मैं उसको वापस से प्रिपेयर करता था, या तो YouTube से, या किसी से अगर इजी वे में समझना है तो किसी फ्रेंड से पूछ लिया. So I used to do that. And धीरे-धीरे क्या हुआ कि अब my depth and my breadth increased a lot during the interviews itself, which was